Good morning and welcome to this vlog that I filmed like 2 months ago. I filmed this at the beginning of February because I wanted to film a reading F1 romance books because I miss F1 type of vibe, but I filmed it and pretty much fully edited the video and then never ended up posting it, and now F1 has already been back. We've already had 3 races, but we're still gonna post it because it's just a fun vlog. I read 2 F1 romance books in 24 hours, but I just wanted to give a little disclaimer. I know I mentioned like the Grammys and things like that, but that happened like literally 2 months ago. So I just wanted to give a disclaimer before you start watching this video that I filmed this as like that type of idea and it's just now getting posted. But that's okay. That's okay, you know? The other disclaimer that I wanted to give is so one of the books that I read in this is Ride With Me by Simone Soltani, and I referenced the first book like 3 times throughout this video, and every time I say the wrong title. The first book is Cross the Line, and every time, I think it's because her third book for this, like I'm pretty sure she had just revealed the title or revealed the like the cover for it, so I kept saying the title of the third book, which I'm pretty sure is like Crash Into You. Yeah, I keep saying Crash Into You, which is the third book that's coming out later this year, but just know every time I say that I really mean Cross the Line, which is the first book. So those 2 disclaimers, I noticed that while I was editing it and I was like, wait, that's literally not the first book. So anyways, please enjoy this please enjoy this video of me reading F1 romance books for 24 hours. I had such a fun time. This was like a great way to like force myself to finish 2 books, and I loved it. I thought this was so much fun. So if you like F1 or you like reading vlogs or neither, hey, glad you're here. Please enjoy this video and thank you for clicking on it. Okay, we are starting this from my car because I am running around and doing a few things right now, but I knew I wanted to film a video somewhat similar to this, as in reading F1 romances for a reading blog. I knew I wanted to do that, but last night was the Grammys and I was reading Crash Test by Amy James while I was watching it, and then I read a little bit after as well, and I got up to right at around 100 pages of this. I thought it would be a fun idea to try to read F1 romances for 24 hours and see if I can finish at least 2, like the 2 that I am currently reading right now. So we have Crash Test by Amy James. This is the one that I will be reading physically, and then on audio I have been listening to Ride With Me by Simone Soltani. That is the second book in her, is it Lights Out? I don't know the name of the series, but it's her F1 romance series. The first one was Crash Into You, and the second one is Ride With Me, and that's what I've been listening to all morning. I put it on while I was getting ready and while I was eating breakfast, like cooking breakfast and driving and all of that. So I've gotten pretty far into it. I think I've gotten up to chapter 10 in Ride With Me, so I've been listening to that, like I said, all morning, and I'm about to right now go to the gym and work out, obviously, so I will listen to that again like while I'm driving, at the gym, driving home, all of that. And hopefully we can get like a good chunk into that a little bit further, so that way I can finish both of these by tonight. I don't even know, I've never done that before. I don't typically read that fast, and I feel like every single time I have a book and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try to finish this today, I never do. Like I never end up having as much free time and reading as much as I think I'm going to, so we'll see. The goal is to finish them by tonight though, because I started this last night. So then I'll be reading F1 romances for 24 hours straight, which I think would be so much fun. I love F1, by the way. I miss it. It doesn't come back until the first week of March. It's currently the first week of February, so we have another month to go, a little over a month actually. So I miss it, and I am a Lewis girly, okay? I love Lewis. I also love Oscar. He is one of my favorites. So those are like, I guess, my 2 favorite drivers. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. The only F1 romance that I've read before this was Simone Soltani's first book, which was Crash Into You, I'm pretty sure is what it was called, and I liked it. It was a good time. The guy was like a little bit questionable at sometimes, but overall I really enjoyed it and I thought it was a really cute story. And so far this one, I'm like I said, I'm like on chapter 10. Sorry if you can hear the tornado alarm. I'm on chapter 10 and I think I'm liking this one more than I was liking Crash Into You, which is kind of crazy, but I just really like the two main characters, like Thomas. Oh my god, I just love a sweet, generous man. Wow, that tornado alarm. Why is that going off right now? It's very loud. I just love him, his personality. He's so gentleman-like, but he's also got like a little bit of a spicy side to him, but it's not like cringy or forceful or anything. It's like very subtle. Oh, he's so hot. And then Stella is, of course, like she's already like a successful woman on her own. Like she doesn't need to be with a man that has a lot of money or like a professional athlete or anything like that. Like that doesn't like entice her at all. She even had a moment like while I was in the store, she had a moment where she was like, even though he's an F1 driver, she's like, that's not that high up on the list of like professional athletes. And I was like, girl, what? Like an F1 driver? That is there's literally only 20 of them. There's like thousands of NBA players, NFL players, whatever. There's literally only 20 F1 drivers. Like, what do you mean it's not that cool? It's so cool. But she was like not impressed at all. I was like, okay, Stella, you little baddie. Like she's like, she's like, I'm famous too. Like I'm well known as well. I am in the tabloids. People write articles about me. F1 is not that cool. Like, not that she's like shitting on it. She's not like that at all. I think she was just like, so basically the trope in this is accidental marriage. They are both in Vegas for a bachelorette party, and they end up like hanging out for the night and really enjoying each other's company, and then they accidentally get married while in Vegas, and then they wake up the next morning and realize that they are married. And so I think while she's like trying to like talk herself out and be like, no, this is a bad idea, like we need to like get it annulled and all of these things, she's like, yeah, F1's not even like that high up on the list of people. So she's like, of course, talking herself out of it. But I'm excited to see like later her like learn more about F1 and like go to the races and stuff like that. I'm excited to see that because I think she will really enjoy it. Like I know Stella, I know her already, and I know she'll love it. Like so yeah, I'm really enjoying this. My update on Crash Test, or like my initial thoughts on it, this I'm not loving as much. This is an MM romance, and I was really excited to go into this because I just read Heated Rivalry in December, and that was my first MM contemporary romance or like sports romance. So I was really excited to go into this and kind of have similar vibes to Heated Rivalry. However, this is the most insta love story that I have ever read. Like they hung out for the first night, and their very first night that they hung out, they had sex. And then the very second time, yes, the second time that they hung out together, Travis was saying that he was in love with Jacob. Like he's like, yeah, that's the weekend that I fell in love with him. I'm like, it's your second time hanging out with him. It's your second time. But anyway, other than that, basically this starts out with Travis is an F1 and then Jacob is an F2, and Travis, they're like in the middle of a race weekend, and Travis is doing an interview after qualifying or whatever, and he finds out during that interview that there was a really horrible crash in F2, and then he finds out that there are multiple people in critical condition. One of them died during the crash, and he heard Jacob's name, and so he's like freaking out, and he finds this out like on camera. And so he's trying to like go to the hospital and see him and all of these things. But the problem is nobody knows that they're together or that they're gay. Well, Jacob is actually bisexual, but nobody knows that they are in a relationship and been like hooking up with each other for the last year. Nobody knows that, like not even Jacob's family. So when he shows up at the hospital to try to see him, his family is like, get out. Like it's only family, whatever. Like we don't even know you type shit. Like so Travis is like freaking out for the foreseeable future because he doesn't know if the person that he's in love with is going to live, if he's going to make it, because people have died in this crash and he's in really critical condition. So he's really worried about it. And every other chapter you get kind of like a flashback of when they were meeting each other and falling in love, and that's where you kind of see the first night that they like hung out with each other. And then the second time that they hung out, they actually went to a cabin and hung out with each other for like a week together. And that's when Travis said that he was in love with Jacob. So the past timeline is the one that I'm not really enjoying because it just feels very insta love. I feel like we're not really getting like any tension or backstory to their like connection or like them falling in love. Like I feel like it's going too fast in that aspect. But in the current timeline with him being in the hospital, I'm kind of enjoying that because I feel like, obviously once I read more of this I'll know for sure, but I feel like once he like wakes up and is recovering, I feel like that part of the story I will really enjoy because I think that's when we'll get more of like that tension and like yearning and emotional aspect to it. And like obviously they're probably going to end up like telling their families and stuff like that, so I think I will enjoy it more in like the second half. But the first half I'm not obsessed with. I'm not like hating it, I'm liking it. It's probably like a 3-star so far. And then Ride With Me by Simone Soltani is literally like a 5-star so far. I'm really enjoying it. I don't have any issues with it. So we're gonna continue reading this. Like I said, I'm going to go to the gym, and while I'm driving and at the gym I'm gonna keep listening to Ride With Me, and then later when we get home I'll probably sit down and read a little bit more of this. And then anytime I'm doing anything like cleaning or cooking or whatever, I'll put back on the audiobook. So the goal is to finish, my phone's like getting dark, sorry, it's like getting super dark. Anyway, my goal is to finish both of these by tonight, so we will see if I can manage that. I'm gonna try so hard. I'm gonna try very hard to finish both of these today. They're both pretty short. I have like 5 hours, less than 5 hours of the audiobook left, and this I have like 230 pages. So if I sit down for like a few hours, I could probably knock this out and then listen to Ride With Me. I'm just repeating myself. Anyway, we're gonna go to the gym. I will update you whenever I have any updates.
I just can't wait. I just can't wait to hold you, baby. It's been a long time since I've seen that face. Oh, that pretty little face. Let me wrap my arms around you and have a...
It is currently it's currently 7:58, so it's almost 8 o'clock, and I just finished Crash Test by Amy James, and this, it just felt so insta-lovey to me. Like that was my only issue with this. I feel like there was like no, like there was emotional depth between them, but as far as like them like actually falling in love and like starting to have these feelings for each other, like we didn't really get any of that. It was really just them like accepting the fact that they are in love with each other and being okay with that, I guess, is like where the emotional depth was and like the tension. So I'm not sure how I feel about this. It's not that I didn't like it. I did like other parts of it. Like for example, the friend aspect of this, I really enjoyed that because it Travis, who's the F1 driver, he pretty much had like nobody other than Jacob. Like, and before Jacob he really didn't have anybody in his life. So after the crash happens, his teammate Maddie and his assistant, and actually his assistant's husband as well, like, and some of the other drivers' moms even, like, really showed up for him and supported him and showed him that he can lean on other people and like rely on other people to be there for him. And friend group aspect of this I really enjoyed. That was definitely my favorite part of this, and that's where I got like the most like enjoyment out of it, I guess you could say. And then once we got to part 2, which was more from Jacob's POV, I liked that a lot because I feel like we got to really understand him and like why he was struggling and more depth into him, I guess, as a person. Whereas when we were in Travis's point of view, he was like instantly in love with Jacob, like right off the bat. So it was like Travis's POV, there really wasn't any emotional depth aside from him. Like the only emotion we got from him was being upset about the crash, of course, and then upset about the fact that they weren't open, like out for people to know about the relationship and what had happened. So in Jacob's POV, I feel like we really got a lot more like depth into that and understanding, and then moving forward after that, it again just felt like very insta love. I don't really want to spoil anything because if you haven't read this, but if you know like part 3, what happens when they kind of like reunite, that felt just very insta love again. I feel like we didn't really get any like tension or build up to it. It was literally just instant, like very, very instant. So I don't know. I think I would rate this like 3.5. I think that's what I'm going to put on my fables, 3.5, because I did enjoy this. I love the F1 aspect to it, and like the race weekends and the friend aspect. I loved all of that. I think the romance just could have used a little bit extra like build up to it, I guess, or like really utilize the past POVs to like show them falling in love and like why Travis was so in love with him, because I feel like we didn't really get any reason why other than the fact that that's it, like he just was in love with him, and that there really was no other explanation to it. So I feel like if they would have done a little bit more insight in the like the past POVs, I think I would have enjoyed this a lot more, because when they reunited it would have made a lot more sense why it was so instant, you know. So hopefully that makes sense. I don't know, I'm gonna say 3.5. So now that it's 8 o'clock, I have like 3.5 hours left of my audiobook for Ride With Me. So I'm gonna try my best to finish that tonight. I think I'm going to make a hot chocolate or something and put on the audio while I like color or something, because I don't have the physical copy and I don't have it on Kindle. So all I have is the audio. So I need to like find something to do while I listen to it. So I think I'm gonna grab a snack or something, put on the audio, and listen to as much of that as I can tonight. However, I don't know if it's already 8 and I have 3.5 hours left, so I'm gonna try my best to finish it tonight, but if not, I may have to finish it in the morning whenever I go to the gym, but we will see. I will update you whenever I have an update, probably tonight before I go to sleep, whether I finished it or not, but we'll see. I finished the book, it's almost midnight, and I'm about to go to sleep, and I will update. I will give you my full thoughts on the book tomorrow, and like my rating and everything, and close out this video because I just don't have the bandwidth right now. I realized earlier that I've read, what's 450 plus 230? However, whatever that number is, that's how many pages I've read today, and my brain literally feels like noodles. So I'm gonna go to sleep, and then I will give you my review and close this out in the morning. Good night. I did finish both of my F1 books yesterday. So in 24 hours I read 2 F1 romance books. Why? I don't know. Anyways, let me do the math really quick. So I read like, I think Ride With Me was like 455 pages, and then I read about 233-ish pages of Crash Test yesterday. So I read 688 pages yesterday. That has to be a record. There's no way I've ever read that many pages in one day, but I didn't feel like it. Both books were very easy to get through and binge, so love that. I mean, I think I already gave a quick review / thoughts of my feelings on Crash Test, and I think I still feel pretty much the same way. I did change the rating to about 3 stars on Fable just because I feel like it was a pretty like middle of the road book for me. I don't think it's going to be super memorable for me, except for, like I said, the friends aspect. I really did love a lot about that, but as far as the actual romance, it was just way too insta love for my liking, which is also, I know I was comparing it to Heated Rivalry yesterday, but I do want to specify I did also rate that, I think 3 stars, or like 3.5, because I think it was also kind of similar in the way that it was very quick to get really spicy, and I don't think that one was as much insta-lovey. Like, they definitely went like quite a few years without actually telling their feelings to each other or progressing to another stage in the relationship, so it still in a way felt like a slow burn. However, it was very spicy like right off the bat, which is kind of what my issue was with Crash Test. And on top of that, Travis just being like, yeah, I loved you instantly, kind of threw me off a little bit. So I still feel the same way about that. However, I did still really like it. 3 stars is still a good rating, okay? It just wasn't like my favorite, you know what I'm saying? But I did finish Ride With Me, so I'm getting all these names mixed up together. I finished Ride With Me last night. I was listening to it while I colored for quite a bit, and then I did some planning while listening to it. I did my skincare and brushed my teeth, and I made hot chocolate, and I was just trying to find anything to do so that I could listen to it, because like I said last night, I didn't have the Kindle or the audio version, so I only had audio. So I was like, there was a point where I was just like laying in my bed like this, and I was just like listening to it. Like, I was just like laying flat on my back, like absorbing the story. Because I didn't have anything to do. Like, usually I put on an audiobook when I'm driving, cleaning, or at the gym. When else am I going to put an audiobook on? Like, I don't know. I didn't have anything to do. So I just listened to it, and I did really, really, really love that book. I liked it more than the first book in her F1 romance series, which was Crash Into You. That one was Willow and Dev's story, which is like friends to lovers. And then Stella and Thomas's story was an accidental marriage, and it was so cute. If you like a man that is such a kind gentleman and is acts of service to the nines and was so respectful and kind, but he also had a little bit of like a dirty mouth and a spicy side to him. Oh, I loved Thomas so much, and I loved Stella. She was so cool. I put on my review when I reviewed it on Fable, I was like, I'm sad that Stella's not real, because I feel like we would be besties. Like, I just love her. Like, I would follow her on Instagram. Like, I love her so much. She was so cool, and their romance together was just perfect. I loved them together. The only reason that it was like not a 5 stars for me was I was having a little bit of an issue with their, like, okay, so basically the setup of it is they're both on it's like a joint bachelorette trip in Vegas together for a different couple, obviously, and they end up having a really great night together. And we got a lot into their night. We got quite a few chapters of the actual night in Vegas, so I liked that part. And then they wake up the next morning and they find out that they accidentally got married the night before. And then after that, they basically just instantly make the decision to not even try to pursue a relationship with each other, which I understand. Like, it would be scary, and it's like, yeah, I just met you last night. Obviously, we're not like in a place to be married. Like, I completely understand that, but they were so set on being like, okay, we have to find a way to get out of this. There's no way that we could be together. And they're both like big names, like they're very well-known people, so they ultimately decided to make a deal to like stay together for a year, and then after that year just find an excuse or some reason that they ended up getting a divorce. And so Stella ends up like making these rules to set for them so that basically they like don't catch feelings for each other. But like, my thought process is like, you guys were clearly into each other. You guys had a good night together, great chemistry, great banter, great conversations, like very respectful to each other. So I'm like, what would be so bad about like trying to explore a relationship? Like, even if you were like, okay, if this doesn't work out in a year, obviously we're just going to get a divorce and go with our original plan. But they were so headstrong on like clarifying that they're like, Stella, anytime they would like have a moment of flirting, she's like, okay, you have to stop flirting with me because this is a fake marriage. And it was like, but why can't you flirt? Like, if you guys, why can't you still try to like build a relationship and flirt with each other? You know what I'm saying? So it got a little bit annoying with that aspect and like a little bit repetitive, because I'm like, you guys just flirt, but I guess that kind of made it good too, because it built up like the tension and the angst, so that way when they actually did lean into it, it was worth it, like the payoff was worth it. So I feel like I'm like eating my own words, because I kind of ended up liking it. But yeah, it was very, very cute. Thomas was very thoughtful, acts of service. He listened to like everything that she said. He just like put her on a pedestal. Like anything she said, he put it into memory. He acted on it. He got everything that she wanted, made sure she had everything she needed, did things without her even asking. Like, it was just, he was amazing. And I love that Stella, like, she also was like, how I was saying Thomas did things for her without asking, she also did the same thing. So like there was issues that he was having in like the F1 world, and she did multiple different things to like help him out with that, and literally solved issues for him without him even asking or what anything. Like, she just listened to him talk one day and then executed, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Oh, they were just so cute. I loved all the F1 talk, of course. I don't know, I can't believe I listened to that whole book yesterday while also reading 230 pages of another book. Like, that's just crazy. I don't know why I did that. I guess just for fun. So Crash Test I changed to a 3-star, and then Ride With Me I changed to a 4.25, and I definitely would recommend both of them. However, Simone Soltani's books I would probably recommend more, and she has the third one in her series comes out this year, I'm pretty sure, so I will definitely be reading that as well whenever it comes out. So that was fun. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this wasn't too short or not entertaining enough, because I feel like I didn't record too many clips because I was just like reading literally the whole day. So I don't know what this video is going to turn out like. We shall see, I guess. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. I would appreciate it so much. And I will see you in my next one. Bye!